Hi, Rocio. Welcome. Thank you for meeting me. How are you?
Hi, thank you. Um, uh, I'm a little okay.
Okay. I know that, well, before we start, I do want to remind you that every time we meet, our meetings are confidential. I don't share your information and everything we discuss is between me and you, unless, I do hear signs of you wanting to harm yourself, someone's harming you, or you have plans to harm someone else. But other than that, everything else stays confidential. Um, I wanted to follow up from where we ended up last week about the relationship that you and your sister have right now. You did share that your relationship with her is a little estranged. Are you okay with us digging into that a little bit further, or like are you okay with us talking about your
Yeah,
sister?
yes, that's fine.
Okay, so tell me we just the what you shared last week was that you guys are not really talking at the moment. So what's going on?
So my sister is 5 years younger than me, and she feels like so my dad and my brother, we lost my dad and my brother 30 years ago. And ever since we lost them, of course, it's been very hard for all of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we all grieve differently and we all have different feelings. We all miss them very, very much. But I feel like she's very judgmental and controlling in the sense of like she wants us to meet at the cemetery every weekend, sometimes during the week. And of course, in their birthdays, their death anniversary, she expresses negative feelings towards like my other sister or my cousin or my mom or whoever doesn't go when she says that we should go. Um, and so it's caused a little bit of conflict.
Well, first of all, I want to say I'm so sorry about your dad and your brother, and that you are right. From what I hear you say is that um you all are grieving differently. She wants to meet everyone at the cemetery every weekend, and you don't. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you feel this is where the conflict started with your sister?
Yeah, most of it, I think, because she doesn't understand. I think she's very close in her point of views.
Mm-hmm.
She does live in La Puente, which is like 15-20 minutes away from the cemetery. The cemetery is Rose Hills in Whittier.
Mm-hmm.
And I live in San Bernardino. So for me, it can be 45 minutes to an hour.
Mm-hmm.
If it's during the week, it's a little over an hour with traffic. So I can't go as much as she would want me to go. But at the same time, for me and my sister, as my other sister, we've had conversations and it's very hard for us to see them where they're at. I like to remember them like the fun things we did, their um the ways of my dad's upbringing, like everything he went through, all his stories,
Mm-hmm.
the way he raised me, the way he showed my brother to protect us. Like
Mm-hmm.
I like to remember all that, and I feel like, and my younger sister, she's 10 years younger than me, and she also agrees with me. She says that sometimes she wants to go, which we do go, but
Mm-hmm.
not every weekend. It's impossible. So my other sister, um, her name's Karina, the one that we have conflict with.
Mhm.
She very she just gets mad and starts judging us. My dad had one brother. He had four sisters, but one brother. And my uncle, I'm very close to my uncle because I see him as my second dad, and he's sad. He gets sad about it because he feels like my sister won't talk to him because she feels that he doesn't care about his brother
Mhm.
because he doesn't visit him. But my uncle also reached out to me and my younger sister and told us I can't I can't be there because it affects my health. I can't be there thinking of him like that or of my nephew like that. So it's very conflicting, very hard to get that through her.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. It sounds like an extremely difficult situation. For her, it sounds like grieving and remembering practice that she has is going to the cemetery every weekend. Um, but like for your uncle, for example, it physically doesn't make him feel well to go there. And for you and your sister, like you mentioned that your younger sister, for you and your younger sister, the ways of you grieving and remembering your father is through like good memories that you have about him and his upbringing and his life, right? And that's the way how you keep his memory alive. Um, do you feel that that it has been like this from the moment your father and your brother passed away, or was it like has it gotten worse over time, or has it been gradual? Like has it been shifting, or how do you feel the conflict has evolved within time? Because you mentioned it was 30 years ago, right?
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's shifted in more stronger because I feel like she's distanced herself from all of us, and she always has certain conversations about us with cousins and aunts and uncles, and she'll tell them, "Oh, we we go every week, like her and her husband and her kids. We go every weekend. We put flowers every weekend, but nobody else does."
Mm,
And you know, it comes back to us, and it's a harsh feeling because she'll also express on how when people care, they they have the time to visit their loved ones. But I do visit my loved ones in my own home. I have um pictures in the hallways, in the living room, in my heart, and
mhm.
I feel like we all grieve differently, and to me it's like I I do visit them every day. I think of them every day. Yes, I love when I have dreams of them, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're 100% correct. Everybody grieves differently, you know. Just because you're not driving an hour away to the cemetery doesn't mean that you're not remembering. It doesn't mean that you're not um caring, right? Or that you do it. You do it from home. You do it by remembering them and having beautiful thoughts and memories of them. I want to ask you something. How do you feel that this conflict has taken over your relationship with your sister?
Well, I feel like I've tried different ways to explain and also explain for my younger sister or my uncle or my cousin and for everybody else, but she's close-minded and she will come back with it doesn't matter where people live. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you don't forget them and you visit them. So I think in her mindset is like, you're not forgetting them, or she's not forgetting about them because she
Mm.
goes and visits them. But she doesn't understand that, like, I've been in traffic, and it's sometimes traffic can be dangerous when it's so many people getting frustrated. And, at the beginning, we would all try to like please her, and we would meet, and I would have to do that commute. And it's hard right now. It's been hard, especially during the week after getting out of work at 5. The
Yeah,
traffic, there is horrible. And then they close the cemetery once the sun goes down. So sometimes I couldn't even make it
yeah.
unless I take a day off to like. So I just thought I had a conversation with my family and my uncles and my sister, especially my younger sister. And
Hmm.
I think it's time that we express that to her, let her know we do love them. Please don't ever think that we don't. Please don't ever think that less of us because we don't go.
Hmm.
But we do visit them when we're able to, because at the end of the day, we all carry them in our hearts.
Yeah, yeah. No, definitely. It's well, that's what I wanted to ask you too. Have you guys had like have you and your family or you and your younger sister had a conversation? You mentioned her name is Karina, right?
Yes.
With Karina, have you and your younger sister have had a conversation with Karina about these feelings? Because I hear you saying that she's telling the rest of the family little remarks like, "Oh, well, I go to the cemetery, I put flowers in," and kind of like expressing like this is the right way to do it. If you care about them, you're gonna take them flowers. If you care about them, you're gonna go visit them. So, have you and your younger sister had a conversation with Karina about this conflict?
Yeah, we did numerous times, and it ends up either me having an argument with her, with Karina,
Mm-hmm.
or my younger sister, her name is Mari, or Mari having an argument with her. So as time went by, we decided that we go when we can. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes she'll send out little dates. We'll be at the cemetery for my dad's birthday, or we'll be here, like to on Facebook or something, or Instagram, and then the family will go. And sometimes we'll make it, and sometimes we don't. And I tell my younger sister, don't ever feel bad about it, because uh, deep inside, I know my dad and my brother know that we're there with them,
Mm-hmm.
and we still make time to go every now and then. Sometimes my sister can't go. I take my nieces. Sometimes I can't go, so my sister meets my daughter, meets them there. So we still do it in our own way. We try not to touch that subject with her.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that our family is in agreement with me about how we all grieve differently, and that doesn't mean they didn't care or they didn't love them because they're not able to go. I have family in San Jose. For example, if my family from San Jose come over,
Mm-hmm.
she are they going to the cemetery? That's her first question. It's not like, how are they? How are they doing? Oh, that's nice. They're coming over. No, she's like, they need to go to, I don't know what it is, but she's like that. And so it's not only with us. Mhm.
So it's with everyone in the family.
Yes.
Because your family, San Jose, is it like a immediate family with your father and your brother or
Yeah, it's my mom's siblings and her siblings' kids, which are my cousins. Mhm.
Mhm. What do you think is Karina's, your sister's expectation of grieving?
I think that she doesn't understand it fully. I,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that she understands anyone. I think she is closed-minded. So for her, The only it's like her and her husband. He agrees what she says,
Mm-hmm.
she agrees what he says, and they both feel that this is how it should be, right, in
Yeah.
their mindset.
Mm-hmm. Um, what do you feel is your expectation of grieving?
I don't really I feel that everybody has their own
Mm-hmm.
grieving. I feel that uh I've never been able to tell anyone how to grieve because I've lived it and I feel like I grieve my own way. So everybody has their own way. And I feel like I shouldn't ever tell someone how to grieve because everybody grieves differently. So I respect like her
Mm-hmm.
and in sense of grieving, and I wish she would understand all of ours in our own way.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like that's sounds like a good compromise, right? For her to understand your way of grieving and for you to understand hers. Do you feel like has there been a moment when this conflict wasn't as like a such a like dominant in your life or her life?
Mm, I think she's always been that way.
She's always been that way.
Mhm.
Yeah. If she was here, what do you think she would say about um this conflict? What you're telling me?
She would say that I'm stupid and that I don't know what I'm talking about. That that if we don't visit them, that nobody takes them flowers and they need flowers and they need to be visited.
Okay. So it sounds like she's very set in her ways and okay, I didn't expect that. That's why. Okay.
Yeah. She's told all of us that. So
Oh, okay, I see. Wow. Sounds like an unfortunate situation because this conflict of grieving, right? And her right way of grieving is getting in between the relationship you and your sister have or had. Um, if we can take away the conflict from your relationship, what would your relationship with your sister look like? Can you hear me?
yeah, can you
Yeah,
um
I can see you.
I think she is very I feel like we've had other little conflicts. So
Mm,
I feel like taking this one, this is just one of my hurtful ones, but I think there's been
mhm.
more. So I think that's why I feel like it's her close set of mind because
Okay.
that's how she sees things in a lot of ways. This
Mm.
has just been the harder one for me in our family.
Right, right, because it's a very like it's a very emotional topic. It's a very sensitive topic. Um, yeah, it sounds like she expects that everybody to follow her way of grieving. And if that you're not doing it, um, you're not doing the right thing then. If you're not doing it her way, then it's not the right thing. Yeah. Um, so I want to thank you for sharing, this conflict that you're having with your sister and um we are almost coming to the end of our session here, but I want to tell you that we can go different ways, right? We can approach this in different ways. We can either just let it be, right? No intervention at all. You just sit with it, you think about it, and we revisit again maybe next time in the future in one of our sessions or next week when we meet again. Um, or in our next meeting, we could talk about strategies that I can show you so that you can try to improve your relationship. So it's called conflict coaching. Or we can invite your sister um in one of our sessions and talk through it and have like a mediation um session with her and you. What do you think about these options?
I think they're great options. I can try to invite her. I don't think she'll be open to it, but I think we can, if that wouldn't work, I can invite my sister Mari
Mhm.
so that she could also express like different ways she's tried to approach it.
Mhm. And we can also try to I can also like give you some strategies for conflict resolution, and maybe you and your sister Maddie can try to implement those strategies and see how it goes from there. But sounds good. You don't have to make a decision right now, but definitely at our next meeting, think about these options, right? And at our next meeting, you can go ahead and let me know how you want to move forward with it.
That sounds great.
Okay, thank you, Rocio. Thank you once again. Thank you for meeting with me today. And I hope you have a good week, and I will see you next Thursday.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.